She's like, ew.
Ew.
No.
It like recoils and it starts to whimper. Like, there, magic. It's okay.
Back to this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, not
playing,
this weird Pierce Hawthorne one shot.
The evil trinity of Dungeons and Dragons is Zabar, Mr. Skippy, and
I feel like
Pierce
the main
Hawthorne.
difference is that Zanzibar has clothes.
Naked as the day he was born. Pierce rides into battle on whatever his name is. Anyway, you obtain whimpering babies. What do?
So, the sand has like completely been washed off.
It's so damp that they haven't been able to move or do anything. They've in fact been trapped under the weight of their own body material.
Oh, they're perfect for Hayala's children now. They're also traumatized.
No,
Kuno's
Kuno's
child
not.
is well put together.
Yeah, Kuno's child is well put together. Wait, hold on.
She's not even a year old.
Yeah, we don't want to give Samson any
definitely
ideas.
more time.
Yeah, we don't want to give Samson any ideas about the structure of Hyala's clan. Anyway, yeah, no, Kuno's well put together. Kuno's gonna have a wonderful
now.
upbringing.
Yeah.
Unlike her mom. But anyway, the beans. But
Yeah, she's
beans.
just gonna collect them up
Yeah, Hyala's
and
got
walk
a
back to where the others were talking.
yeah, Hyala's got a terrible case of terrible mother, great grandmother. Also, Boris is watching over Kuno. What could possibly go wrong?
Boris is watching over Kuno.
Duh, let me
I mean-
kill. Let me teach you how to kill.
Presumably he's at the school most of the time,
Yeah.
as
I
its
thi-
headmaster.
Yeah,
Hyala
but I
just
think
comes
you
back.
don't understand how cute this child is.
I'm abandoning my school to look out for this child. It's like a
look at
half day's
cute.
walk away.
I mean,
Look at cute baby.
Boris does go out of his way for his students. We know this. But at the same time, be really funny. Hyala comes back, sees Kuno. So you say she learned her first word? Yes, dear. Go on, Kuno.
Kuno can't pronounce that, are you kidding?
Yeah.
I imagine Kuno knows, like, a small handful of words.
Like, ha!
Yeah, she can speak in broken sentences. I think that's because I was looking up child speech development,
Woo!
and I
Actually-
literally chose her age based on how I wanted her to talk when we meet her.
It also does depend on if you read to your child when they were developing.
Most don't exist in Cotton.
If you continue to read to them, they actually do. There was a study done. They do pick up language faster. And if you also skip the entire baby talk phase, like who's a little, like that causes kids to mispronounce words. So if you don't do that at all,
because you're mispronouncing words
But-
at them.
yeah,
But it's fun.
no, it's not. It's terrible. It sucks. But anyway, side tangents aside of things I don't need to know about.
But yeah, Kuno also like isn't good at separating common from the old language, so she will just say certain things in not common.
Oh, it's adorable.
Ah, it's adorable bilingual baby! Anyway, as much as it pains
Get
me to
ready
say
to
it,
voice that.
enough about Kuno. Well, yeah, but it's also Jade's homework. She's gonna have to start developing the old language for me.
Good luck with that.
Get these really hard to pronounce words for me to pronounce.
Yeah.
See, I made it easy. The only other language he has to learn is cowboy.
Yeehaw.
Yeah, I have to learn
See,
pig.
look.
I have to learn Pigden Common.
You should teach Kuno cowboy.
Yes.
Hiya.
No. Yeehaw.
Hiya.
Yeah, close enough.
Yeehaw.
She starts pointing at Samson.
Yee hat.
Salmon.
Oh, Kuno's gonna become a polyglot. She's gonna learn from all these different people how to speak. Anyway, Shallow returns to the group with her sad, whimpering beans.
Are they still talking, or
Nim and Samson?
and Zanzi?
Probably. Samson was getting told essentially what Yala already heard.
Yeah, he
That
pretty
was
much
still on
finished it up when Tiala left.
Ah, okay. Well,
So Zanzibar, I've been meaning to ask something.
Always!
We have the sword of Zanzibar, right? And he's gonna point to Nim.
Yes.
That's still there despite the fact that you're younger, right?
Nim looks at her arm.
Yes, it is.
Okay, cool.
It's not so much
Ugh.
in her arm as I basically turned her arm into a bag of holding.
Ow.
Yeah, that's kind of the reason why it hurt. I had to push open the pocket dimension with the sword.
mm,
You know, normally
wait.
fabric doesn't scream when you know, put an extra dimensional space in it. But,
So what I'm hearing is we could have put this in a bag of holding and be done with it. It's fine.
no, you simple little child. If you had put it in a bag of holding, the bag of holding could have been just taken from you. Point is, it's more secure. Who's going to think to rip off your arm, let alone your right arm, and just run away with it?
I don't know. People are weird.
thinks about
Not as
all of
weird
the
as you.
monsters.
We literally ran into a monster
So
on
wait.
Zanzibar that was gonna try to eat me. So.
So wait,
Really
after we
weird.
get the sword out, can you use your arm as a bag of holding?
No, I'm gonna close the extra dimensional space. She doesn't need it.
Oh.
I could put candy in there though.
And then it won't get wet if I fall in the water.
Yes, and if you ever forget that you have an extra dimensional space in your arm and you reach into any one of the bags of holding that you have, then you're dead! Self-preservation, you little gremlin!
Wait, does that mean if Nim reaches into a bag of holding now?
If she reaches into a bag of holding with her right arm, it's going to be like her arm is a bag of holding being stuck in a bag of holding.
Oh god.
Yeah,
Good thing I have
exactly.
both of them.
So that's the point
Alright,
he's making.
so-
He's just going
with
to
that,
So
would
wait-
kill
I
Nim,
should have been
yes.
told this sooner.
So wait until after we get the sword out to give Nim a bag of holding.
Wait until
Simple
after
enough.
wait until after the dimension is closed to give Nim a bag of holding. One
Yeah,
slip up
same
with her
shit.
right arm and it's like, there goes Nim.
Yeah.
And probably the rest of the party too.
No,
Nah,
I'll be
there's
in
a
the other bag
chance.
of holding.
so if Nim is the bag of holding, would that increase the chance that Nim is teleported somewhere safely first?
Huh?
No, wait, wrong spell. My bad. Wrong thing. Ugh. My point being is that Nim could store candy in there, and that's a good idea.
It
And-
would have been, but you don't have any candy.
Yeah, I know. That's the
Yeah,
sad.
it does.
The consequences of her own actions. If
I don't know
only
what
she
you're talking
could.
about.
If only you never do. If only
Ask
she
for
could
some
learn,
yellow candy.
finish hydromancy and cryomancy. Any other questions, Samson?
Actually, I didn't get to my first question. So we got the sword of Zanzibar. Are there any other funny weird objects of Zanzibar that we should know of?
Thousands. I've made one at the start of every reality since the first.
Huh.
There's the
That tells
sword.
us absolutely nothing about how many there are.
Well, basically, he knows all the items. He knows what all the items are, but he's never bothered to count because there's that many of them.
Do you have a cool hat?
The hat of Zanzibar. No, I don't actually think there is a crown of Zanzibar.
Is it pretty?
Mhm. Beauty's subjective. I made a crown, gave it some abilities, and went on my way.
Can I see it?
Is one of these items the wife of Zanzibar?
Technically, yes.
Wait, what? Hold on there. What?
I mean, you've already
Lord.
seen it.
The ring?
Yeah, that's the Ring of Zanzibar. But yeah, no, he snaps his fingers and you see a metal band fall into his hand, big enough to fit around a head. The crown.
Oh, the headband of Zanzibar.
Well, it's still crown-like, but you know, it's not like the king's crown or a traditional crown. It's a simple metal crown.
I almost said it's kind of basic.
What's like
Please
the
say
weird?
that.
What's like the weirdest one that you got?
That's
It
kind of
depends
basic
your
for a
quantity
crown.
of weird. For
I
example,
mean, like armors, weapons, like crowns and jewelry. That's all like,
Common stuff.
yeah, that's like. I feel like that'd be all common stuff. What's like the weirdest thing? Like you have a
What's the
left shoe
sandbox
of
of
Zanzibar.
I mean, there's the Book and Quill, which, funnily enough, is not necessarily a Book and Quill.
What is it then?
He snaps away the crown and snaps both his hands, and a large book falls into one hand, and an executioner's sword falls into the other.
What is this, Percy Jackson? I'm kidding. I'm glad you left it that shade.
I got you.
The book, and he shakes the book, and the quill, and he holds up the sword.
That's not a quill.
That is why I
I
said
see.
it's more weird than it.
But why are you calling a sword a
So-
quill?
Because I
Samson,
already
Samson
have
found
a
a
sword of
sword.
Zanzibar, and this practically works like a quill.
Samson thought it'd be a trick question, and then the book was the quill and the sword was the book.
Whoa. Deep.
But he didn't want to say that.
There's also the orb. Let's see. The orb.
Do you have a crystal ball?
the knuckle. I mean, technically that's the orb. There's
Can
the
I have
Star
it?
of
Can I see it?
Zanzibar.
Is it like a star? Like
No, it is also like an orb.
The Happy Meal of Zanzibar.
the Happy Meal toy
Spatula.
of Zanzibar?
If you're
It's
talking
an
about
action figure of me! Look! The arms move! Click, 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 click.
And if you're talking about
And the marketable plush of Zanzibar.
the marketable plushie of Zanzibar. And if you're talking about weird effects, then as he kind of just moves his left hand and cups it with his right, I suppose the ring would be the most unique for its lack of effects.
So that's just to be there.
It was the very first item I made. Its only property is it cannot be destroyed by reality. A property that every item of Zanzibar thus forth possessed. But it holds no other value. Not to anyone
Except
else.
sentimental.
Of course it was. It was my wedding ring. I wasn't going to let that be wiped away. It's the only thing I kept. Couldn't even keep my own memory.
Sounds like someone should just get good, scrub.
Nim really wants to just get fucking yeeted out of time and space. doesn't
I
she?
said that, not Nim.
I
So
know.
Shay wants to get even out of time and space.
Shay genuinely wants to just get yeeted out of time and space.
Then he's out of a sword carrier, I guess.
Yeah. Sword carrier. There's still 2 more people he could willingly just shove the sword into.
I think that answer is one less. I don't think Kelly would let that happen.
He did say it'd be easier on someone more magical, so Samson's probably the less like the last one to get it.
Yeah, Nim's not even the first choice. She was the second choice. She runner up.
I'm aware. Nim's not even my parents' first choice. But anyway, we're talking about
I was
sword.
thinking the same thing! Oh, I didn't want to say it, but I was thinking the same thing. I was like, nah, she's not gonna ever want to hear that. And then you just say it! Oh.
I make my parents still love me jokes all the time for Nim. I don't know what you're talking about. But we're talking about the sword. Well, his ring, actually.
Yeah.
I swear.
But yeah, he explains the Ring of Zanzibar's only effect is that it cannot be destroyed. It's also his prized possession, if that wasn't entirely clear.
Yeah.
More questions? More comments?
Nah. Kinda killed the mood.
Yeah. So I'm still debating on whether or not to ask if it's engraved or not.
God damn it.
You should. Or Samson should, because it sounds like Ed wants to.
I
No,
have questions, but Nala doesn't care.
I was called out by another meme post. Here you go, friends.
What's your question? Nim might ask it. Nim's got no tact.
Oh yeah, that's my face. I am the DM. I've been called out. Woo! You want to make that move? Oh, okay.
Also, same! Same! Love Fraxus.
That's a me. I'm always the rest of the party.
I am like I am on just about every
You're all
side
of
of this. Yes. I have a spot at every seat at this table.
Oh my god. You know what would be great? If you got somebody who knows how to do Photoshop, take 3 different pictures of you around a table and just recreate that meme with you sitting in every seat. That'd be so
All
good.
rebel campaign.
Anyway. But yeah, as he places his hands back on the wheel, you know, Samson, roll me perception, but
Oh,
I know what I've just said, so Shallow also roll me perception.
I'll let him go first.
I'll give it to Samson at advantage, since Samson does seem interested in this topic, so I think he'd pay attention more than not. Would Samson agree?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he places his hands back on the wheel, but you notice the left hand's really gripping the wheel. Almost like he's not even conscious of it.
Zan's a trauma.
Zanza sad.
Zan's a sad.
Zanza feels. And after a couple of minutes, he kind of like raises both his eyebrows. Well, that's a little surprising. He
What?
said, oh, okay. Well, usually when people start showing interest in the items of Zanzibar, they want to know what they do. And they get caught up in the stories of what they can do. But I think that was genuinely the first time anybody just showed curiosity in their existence and not actually wanting to take them.
I mean,
But
we
I don't
already
want all
got
your
one.
shit.
We already got one, and it seems like it's primed to blow up a building. I'm kind of don't really need to know what the other ones do. Actually, I am a little curious. What does the quill do that makes it work like a quill?
That is probably the only set of items that I will not tell you what they do. I can tell you what the sword actually does, if that's consolation.
Yeah, sure. That's good enough.
The reason why you think the sword is a bomb is because the sword raises an individual's potential to its absolute apex. This happens when you touch it. But if you're not already at your absolute apex, or not capable of reigning in your own power, then it's too much. You can't control it. Surge is out of control, and, well, what happens when a lot of energy no longer has confines to stay inside of it? Exactly. And that's why it's basically a bomb.
Ah.
But what about on the off chance this guy actually can?
There's no chance.
I don't know if you understand, but this guy kind of sucks.
That's why there's no chance.
You three, not a single one of you here could possibly hold that sword with any positive effect. That child in drippings and lavishes of luxury couldn't possibly be strong enough, and I can confirm he is not strong enough to even come close to being able to wield that sword.
I thought you were talking about Nim.
No.
Different child.
I was so confused.
It did sound like Nim.
He does in fact call the king a child, but he also does refer to Nim consistently as child.
Yeah.
Not for the same reasons, mind you.
Because one is baby.
But we're not hearing reasons, we're just hearing the words he's saying.
Yeah.
That is true,
I mean,
but his inflection's different.
I knew who he was talking about.
I didn't.
Well, maybe you should have.
We were just talking about Nim, and then he's like this kid that's dressed really rich.
Yeah, to be fair, but he was saying that all with a negative inflection. Nim's not that
Yeah.
gaudy. Nim's only a little gaudy.
Nim's adorable. I will fight you.
I mean,
Meow.
you can fight me, you won't win.
You don't know that. But anyway,
I
back
do
to
know that.
Xantax's little speech.
Now, do you know of anyone who would be able to?
I can.
Ugh.
Well, obviously.
Well, that still answers your question, Samson.
Okay, you got me there. Do you know of anyone else who could?
Solaris probably could have. Death would probably struggle. Though, functionally, she'd still be able to.
Here.
I'm not quite sure if Sal could. But then again, Sal is not the type to want to pick up a sword.
Samson's going to bring out a sigh of relief.
Why are you sighing with relief?
I mean, if it's something that powerful, then, like, obviously a lot of people are coveting it, but, like, apparently the only ones who wouldn't
Down impact.
die on impact, thank you. They seem to be, you know, and he's just gonna, like, put his hand up really, really high as if, like, a measurement. Just like, you know, they're kind of up there. You know, embodiments of death, the gods he wiped out a while ago.
The goddess
Some other
of the
guy.
sun.
Yeah, that one. You know, people were realistically not going to be going again. I hope.
I mean, one's dead.
Mm-hmm.
Death can't kill people. Literally can't.
Huh.
Yeah, that was a weird quirk I found too. Death can't kill people and neither can life. Neither one of them are capable of ending a life.
There's a
Once
life?
Well, of course there is. There's a death. No.
Samson?
You are she.
Who,
Or they.
who's closer to Samson right now? Kel or Nim?
Well, if Samson's token is where he is standing, they are both equidistant from him.
Oh, I didn't realize everyone moved.
He's been standing there this whole time, completely equidistant.
Hello.
We'll
Hello!
say that Samson has been here this whole time.
Then
He's
again,
still
Nim goes
equidistant.
the first.
He's gonna go up to Kiala, your name comes first in the alphabet. He's gonna be like, was that supposed to be obvious?
Killa shrugs.
This
Alright,
is a
it's
Xanth
not just me.
conversation. Yala's just outside of... Yala's just somewhere else right now.
Ah, so it's not just me, okay.
She's listening, just not like.
Paying attention.
I mean, no, because she's like comprehending the words being said and like kind of following the conversation, but she's not invested in the flow of it.
Fair.
But yeah,
Fair.
no, I mean, she would disagree that it's obvious.
So,
So,
if like, are they opposites? Like, as people?
I would say... I don't think you can throw two stones in farther directions.
But could you?
I don't think I could throw two stones in farther
Can
directions.
Zanzibar make a mountain so big not
Damn.
even you could move?
Hmm. Ow.
No matter how you look at it, that is also kind of my fault.
Why did you not love one like you love the other?
Now all
Gee,
I'm thinking
you're starting
now,
to sound like Nim's parents.
now all I can think of is like the second we meet life, just whoop 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 whoop.
I'm Mr. Life Miser! I'm Mr. Spring! I'm Mr. Baby Chickadee!
Exactly.
Folks call me Life Miser. Whatever I touch springs to life with my...
Clutch.
Okay. That's a better word than me thinking thrust. And that's not a good word.
Damn.
I've been hanging out with Spade too much. He's infecting me.
It's been like a day.
He works that fast.
Oh.
Spade's been showing all of his animations. It's not.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, it's really funny stuff though, but it's
Oh,
still what it
goodness.
is. He's making anime battles out of it, Ed. It's really something. Anyway, was there another follow-up question that I forgot? You can't throw two stones in farther directions. I can't throw two stones in farther directions. Kinda my fault.
No, that was it.
Damn, not even gonna ask how?
No.
Fair enough. I suppose.
Cause so Samson thinks Death is nice but really quiet, and likes
So he's
to
just
drink.
imagining a loud asshole.
A loud asshole who doesn't like to drink, and Samson's like, huh. Not another one of those.
well, I was able to give life I was able to give death an appreciation of existence. And the natural course of things, well, life is still very much a primordial, and has an odd penchant for suffering.
Ew.
Yes, it would appear this time around the physical embodiment of life loves nothing more than the suffering caused by existing. And, well, that goes kind of hand in hand with being unable to kill anything.
That don't sound nice.
No. Had I been able to actually pin him down, I could have forcefully caused a transformation or transmutation, but, you know, back then I had a bit of an infant strapped around my chest. One that, interestingly enough, upon her creation, all the existent primordials couldn't stand the existence of. Her very existence meant a cessation to immortality, and their animal-like nature caused them to want to kill her. So, you know, the first trillion years was spent trying to keep a child existing.
I almost said sounds festive.
Wasn't a lot of time to consider, you know, reining life in or stopping what little corruption was already there. Which, of course, was caused by me when he got too close and I was forced to actually physically hit him, which had the same effect when I touched the dead primordial and death was born. Yeah, something about me touching primordials just kind of corrupts them. Makes them more mortal than, you know, primal. Hence, my fault.
What?
Should've,
PSA, don't hit your children.
should've punched him harder.
I feel like that doesn't help, but whatever.
Was that what of confusion at me or something you're reading?
I'll show it.
Oh, okay, so it wasn't at my explanation.
Share with the rest of the class.
Share with the class.
Just why?
Oh no. What pains the Jape so much? Oh, is it in general text? I have so many questions! Scented Adventure Dice by Baron Smellybone.
So good.
Are they made out of bones?
No, that's
smelly
just the
one.
guy's name, I think.
It's a Kickstarter project. They have one that it smells like tobacco smoke. Ew.
Oh, the perfect dice for Jade! Tobacco smoke dice!
I don't want to smell my dice.
Come on, Jade, smell the crit! Smell the failure! Oh! These are awful, I agree, but if you rolled a nat 20, you could say, ah, the smell of success. But if you rolled a nat 1, you could say, ah, the stench of failure.
So weird.
Meanwhile, they smell like icy hot.
I like the description for the fireball one. It's like, I didn't ask how big the room is, I cast fireball.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah, so anyway,
oh,
Zanzibar exposits a little on why life and death are different.
poor old wizard, always casting fireball. Good old fireball. Nothing beats that.
I honestly thought you were gonna say poor old wizard, always corrupting people.
1, 2, 3. Fireball. Counterspell. So,
Down. But yeah, what do now?
Well, we've got 3 hours of happiness left.
Mhm.
Is the boat like fully repaired?
Oh yeah, it's all repaired. Many of the spots that were broken or damaged kind of have rosebuds on them or full flowers, and also some thorny vines. So
Ew, what's
Sounds
that?
safe.
does Samson say that?
Yeah,
Then he's just pointing at
the blooming flowers.
those are flowers, Samson.
Well, I know that, but like, what is it?
I'm going. It's a rosewood petal. It grows from the rosewood tree. Oh, right. That makes more sense. The boat's a living tree. That's confusing. Let me back up. Rosewood is an oceanic tree that sits in very little soil and mostly oceanic water. It's native to Zanzibar and grows on the coast. Turns out, if you flay the wood in a certain way without causing too much damage, the wood will continue to sprout roots and other necessary structures to sustain life. So, whereas most trees will die when you cut them into boards, you can actually make the boards of living rosewood. This entire boat is that. That's why the outside of the boat is darker. It's bark. The inside is living. The pirates use salt water to keep the boat alive, and just so happens that the second in command is a form of druid, and he mends the boat by healing it. Boat's a living being. Say hello to the boat as he just taps the wheel.
The boat says fuck you.
Samson's
The boat
gonna.
just throws a
I
middle
love
finger.
you, Mr. Zanzibar. You're the best sea captain ever.
Samson like crouches down and like pets like a piece of lumber. He's like, "Hi, boat."
Samson, it is a tree.
You were the one who told him to say hi to it.
He was being facetious, but like, it's also Samson. He's fully convinced that Samson might actually believe that it is a conscious, sentient creature. So he's trying to keep Samson from thinking silly Samson thoughts.
Too late.
Oh,
Probably.
say hi.
I know, but you're also you. Before I know it, you'll be asking if, you know, you should be feeding the boat something.
Do you have to?
I mean, you kind of told me it drinks salt water.
Well, yes. Cactuses drink regular water. You have cactuses in Varises. You also have brush plains. You know how plants
Yeah.
work, right?
I'm
Oh no.
familiar-ish with them.
Yellow voice. What the hell's a plant?
You ate one.
You know, I ate one, but Yellow knows what snowflake is. Which is a plant. As we established. Yellow knows plants. Just really short, stubby ones. Ice Flora, Ice Flora! Do the Ice Flora dance.
No.
Cruelty to animals.
The plants.
I'm guessing you never wondered why the masts have... Well, the beams of the masts have leaves on them.
They do?
Did you ever look up?
Once.
He just looks at Samson and just looks up towards the mats and just points, and you see that there's leaves on the bat.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, I get it. Rosewood, umber rose, rose beard. It's starting to get together.
Well, that's just because he's got. Or maybe it is. I always just assumed it was because his beard's rosish. What if he dyes it? Does he dye it?
I mean, it'd be a really big coincidence if he didn't.
Was his beard rose-colored when it grew in? I think it was. Man, how do you always manage to give me such existential thoughts when you are completely simple? What are you?
Samson.
Inner machinations of your mind are an enigma. I'm not saying something. I can see them.
I'm hungry still.
Eat
We should probably eat. Ooh, I know. And then he'll pull out the pie.
Ah, pie.
Pie! Woo! Yeah! I hope you remember the description of the pie because I barely do.
Pie flavor.
It was some sort of sweet grass. No, it's some sort of sweet fruit and weird bitter grass.
Sour grass, sour weed,
Sour
sour
grass.
something, sour sop.
Yes. Yeah, sour sweet gone.
Depends on if Samson likes it. Oh, he likes the sour, tastes the sweet, and then it's gone. Overboard.
Yeah.
I got some of this. You two want to dig in too?
Sure.
Pie.
And Samson shares his pie with Nim and Hyala.
Yeah. It's cut into 6, so I guess we can each take 2. Samson will take his first slice of pie.
Well,
Oh
Crunch.
boy, I hope he likes pie.
And will also eat pie. And is very happy.
The flavor. I feel like we should have a gastronomy die.
This pie is pretty good.
Samson likes the pie?
Samson likes the pie.
That would be the first sweet thing that Samson actually enjoys.
I mean,
It's-
like it's like
more
fruit
sour.
Sweet, so
yeah, it's
yeah.
fruit sweet, but it's also more citrusy.
Yeah,
It's
so
got an acidic bite. Also, a shortbread
Samson's
crust.
fine with those.
It's got a shortbread crust, so do with that what you will. Buttery shortbread. Man, now I want some Walker's shortbreads. Anyway, what does Samson do? What does the party do? What does anyone do?
Pie.
Where are we?
Eat
Pie.
pie.
We're in the astral plane now.
And it takes
Everyone
three out.
dies.
The astral pie.
Holy crap.
What was in that pie?
gosh.
Everything was in
Oh man,
that
Hyala hash
pie.
must have been made in the pie.
No, this is regular hash. It's affecting all of us.
Wow.
So
Yeah, but
even-
Hyala wouldn't know that.
Anyway, the pie good?
Pie good?
Should the rest of us roll for pie?
I don't know.
Then
Does
I
Hyala
like
want to
two
roll for
things.
pie? Oh, I didn't
I
even
rolled
notice
for
you
pie
rolled for
'cause-
pie.
Yeah, I rolled for a pie because Samson's more picky about sweet things.